Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're watching
Dante's
Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Well, bad news for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Because according to Junior, Canelo Alvarez is demanding that Chavez get charged $1 million per pound. For every single pound that Chavez comes over the weight limit, he will be charged $1 million. So the reason why I say this is bad news for Chavez is because he has a long history of coming in over the weight limit when it's time to weigh in. Now, the good news about this situation, and I'm not really sure because they didn't really touch too much on it, but I'm assuming since Chavez Jr. didn't mention it, Canelo Alvarez didn't put a cap on how much weight Chavez can gain after he makes weight. So that means that Chavez Jr., he can come in at 220 pounds if he wants to the night of the fight. If that's the case, then Chavez is doing what he's used to doing. Now, I know I said it was bad news for Chavez, but if Chavez channels this stipulation in the right direction, then it may just help rededicate Julio Cesar Chavez. There's no doubt about it. Chavez, he has more of an incentive to train harder than he's ever trained before, come in shape better than he has ever come in the ring before. On top of that, he knows that he's going in there with someone who could possibly knock him out. He's not going in there as the favorite. He's going in there against a fighter who will most likely be a huge favorite the night of the fight, and he'll be a huge underdog. That's all motivation, or it should be self-motivation for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I believe in this fight, Julio Cesar Chavez's best chance is to study some of his father's fights, which I know he studied a lot of them, and try his best to do his best imitation of Chavez Sr. Apply a lot of pressure because Canelo Alvarez, he fights in spurts. He is not comfortable with someone constantly pressuring him, throwing punches. Also, setting up the majority of these combinations with long, stiff jabs that can't be countered, meaning you have to feint your way in, time him with jabs, and once you freeze him with a jab, that's when you let your hands go with combinations. Otherwise, Canelo is good enough to where he can counter Canelo Alvarez's jab, possibly catch him with one of those right hands over the jab and knock him out like he did Amir Khan. So this fight will be interesting, but yeah, Canelo Chavez, I believe, he's gonna have to let his hands go. He's gonna have to put so much pressure on Canelo that Canelo is forced to either tie up or engage with the much bigger Julio Cesar Chavez and leave himself open in the midst of exchanging punches, which in that case, either one of them could get hurt or knocked out, right? But I believe this is Chavez's best shot. So let's see if this weight clause brings out the best Julio Cesar Chavez we've seen. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
This is Bobby, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.